In 2013, Texas Congressman Louie Gohmert called out former FBI Director Robert Mueller for not investigating the Boston mosque tied to the Tsarnaev brothers.
Your facts are not altogether well.
All right, point out specifically.
May I finish my
point out specifically. Sir, if you're going to call me a liar, you need to point out specifically where any facts are wrong.
We went to the mosque prior to Boston.
Prior to Boston.
Prior to Boston happening, we were in that mosque talking to imams several months beforehand as part of our outreach efforts.
Wow. Well, now in a 48-page report, Congressman Louie Gohmert is calling Mueller out for what he calls a problematic past and is calling for Mueller to resign as special counsel. Texas Congressman Louie Gohmert joins us now live. Good morning,
Pleasure to be with Steve.
I've never seen that soundbite before. He looked a little hacked off at you.
Well, he was, and because, you know, the truth hurt. You throw a rock in the pig pen, the guilty pig squeals, and that's what he was doing. But if you noticed, he said, we did go to those mosques in our outreach program. They went and played patty cake, had a meal on the floor, but they never asked about the Tsarnaev, and that was my point. You never went out there and investigated the Tsarnaev. The Russians told you twice that Tsarnaev had been radicalized, and he could have stopped the Boston massacre if he had just done his homework.
Well, that's like when Kurt Weldon suggested that the CIA and FBI had the intel but dropped the ball. So many members of Congress have asked you about him. You decided to put together this 48-page, essentially an op-ed that details his history that brings us to where we are today. In a nutshell, what does it say?
Well, in a nutshell, number one, he's done tremendous damage, more damage to the FBI by running off thousands and thousands of years of experience, purging the Islamic training materials. So, as some of our intelligence guys say, we didn't know what we were looking for. He blinded us of the ability. But the other thing, he identifies people he doesn't like and destroys them, leaves terrible destruction in his wake.
While you are making the case why he should go, there are a bunch of senators on both sides of the aisle, U.S. senators across the hall from where you work, who are saying we got to protect that guy. Yeah,
and the reason they're doing it is, number one, they're never Trumpers. They want Trump out at all costs, even if it helps these guys that are doing a rotten job. And actually, Mueller, Mueller and Rosenstein, Weissman, they all participated in the Russia uranium investigation. They killed the investigation, quieted it so that Russia could get the sale of our uranium, and then Hillary gets $145 million for a foundation. I mean, if they don't put the kibosh on that investigation, then that sale doesn't go through.
You say Robert Mueller's got to go. Louie Gohmert?
He absolutely does.
We thank you very much for joining us live today.
Thank you. Always good to be with Steve.
All right.
Rosenstein, too.
All righty. All right.